Okay, we're going to do a quick video review of a TREEWELL 300 watt low voltage transformer from 120 volt to 12 volts for your landscaping. Now in this little deal I'm showing you here, these two lights right here are not included. These are just something I hooked up, I'm playing with and testing out in the garage. It is late December, actually the 2nd of January as I'm doing this, so I have not had a chance to hook this up, and I'm just testing it to make sure everything works because this particular one will not be hooked up for a few months when the snow stops flying and we get warm again. But in my landscaping I have already 3 300 watt transformers, and the ones I used are Best Pro lighting, and they are not quite twice the price of this one, and I have had very good luck with those. And I saw this and I thought I'm going to give this one a try, and I'm actually pretty impressed with this one so far. One of the things I really like is on their listing on Amazon, as well as the instruction manual here, they are really detailed about the operations of the light, how it works. I'm sorry, of the transformer, of how it works and what's involved and the instructions on that. So they've taken a lot of time to fully explain all that, and that means a lot because a lot of products just kind of leave you hanging and you've got to figure it out. So this one, even on the side over here, will kind of explain. If you ever lose the manual, it sits right there on the side. But it's a heavy unit. These are. And they weigh a little bit, so they give you a little bit of hardware to mount it to a wall. I suggest using something a little better than those, but those should work. So I've got this plugged in right now, and basically you're running your wires to the bottom down here, and it just takes a Phillips screwdriver and you slide them in and you tighten it up. And you have a 12 volt or 15 volt option. And most of the time you're just going to use a 12 volt, but the 15 volt is when you have a really long run and you are starting to drop your voltage at the far end, and you want to always try and stay above 12 volts if you can. That helps your landscaping lights last longer. So if you use a 15 volt on a longer run, then typically you'll be about anywhere from 12 to 13 and a half by the time it gets to the other end. They're really easy to hook up. You also have right here is a circuit breaker in case you overload it. You can pop that to reset it. It is a 300 watt, but typically, in my experience, I like to go not more than about 80%. So just kind of add up all your lighting fixtures and see what you've got on that. But the instructions are real easy. It's real basic. Here's your photo sensor for daytime, nighttime, what have you. And just it's simple automatic that would turn on at night and go off in the day. That's off. There you go. Lights coming on automatically. And then you can go anywhere from 1 to 9 hours and it'll automatically shut off. So super simple. Couldn't be any easier than this. Some of the guys have talked about on the other reviews, and there's some really great reviews on this one, so read them all. But some of them will talk about this not being enclosed down here. Rarely do I see any transformers enclosed down here. They're not really designed for that. They're designed to be open. This is not something that really ever corrodes. I've had some of my other brands for 10 years, and they perform well. I don't have the corrosion or anything on the bottom. I live in northern Utah, so we have hot summers, icy cold, snowy winters, and I don't have any problems. So again, I like this one. I'm impressed with it so far. In full disclosure, again, I have not had a chance to fully test it out. That will not be until springtime. But from what I'm seeing, and I've loaded it up with multiple lights, more than you see right here, and it works really well. So I'm happy with it. I'm going to give this a 5-star, and I fully expect it to last me a long time. I will update in the spring if anything changes.
With a mounting bracket on the back, and on the front is a nice display. This is a photo sensor, so you can, on automatic mode, you can have it turn on and off by itself when it senses dusk and dawn. I demonstrate that here, but it's set up so that there's a 30-second time lag. So if I was to cover it up, it would you'd have to wait 30 seconds for the light to come on. So take my word for it, it does work. I just tested it. But you can also do it manually. And these settings, A is for automatic. That's off. There's on. And then we can set the number of hours after dusk. So in other words, after it first turns on when it gets dark, how many hours you want it to run. And then it'll turn off automatically, and you can go up to 9 hours. And then you're back to automatic mode, and then back to off. So this is the perfect solution if you have really a large amount of significant exterior lighting to your home or business. This will handle it. As I said, up to 300 watts, and it's a bright idea, I guess. Thanks for watching.